So it's probably not the cause and effect one. Now we're between the ice storm and a tornado. So, show me some evidence that you found from in here that it's one of the two. You guys came up with a lot of really great ideas, a lot of great evidence. Good job. What does it say?
It's not ice storm because there's no ice.
There's no ice? Ella, what is
Ice and snow is usually white, and the ground is white. So, why is the grass?
Sky?
Well, if it was the ice storm, why isn't the grass white? Purple.
Jenna?
In the ice storm, not every part of the ground is covered in ice.
Okay, well, remember our expectations? We're trying to be detectives right now, right? We're trying to figure out what happened to the city. Mariah?
Okay. Jenna, you know how you said not all of them is covered, not all of it has to be covered with snow? Well, if it wasn't ice storm, wouldn't at least like a little bit of the grass be white? Like just like a tiny bit, if all of that is white ones, like even if it was like where none of them is, if it's still green. But but you know how even if it was winter, wouldn't the grass go like yellow, even if it didn't have snow on it?
Okay. Ella?
You said a little bit of the grass would be snowy or icy, and there's more than a little bit because more than half of it is covered in snow.
Okay. Yanza?
I think it's low because the storm like all of it, and it had like damage where all the grass is, and if it has damage over there because of the ice storm, how come there isn't any like ice or any snow?
Okay. Alright. Tyler?
I don't think an ice storm could make 18 leaves into my house and somebody fly under the bridge.
Okay. So if you Nicholas and Mark, if you don't think it's the ice storm, instead of thinking that way, what is the evidence that it's a tornado?
Because there's no sky around. And I don't think ice storm could put over the thing.
Okay. Claire?
If it was a tornado, wouldn't the house, like that house, it's cheating, wouldn't it probably be knocked over?
Okay. Well, I'm going to wait till everyone is listening. Thank you.
Well, the tornado could be like very far away from this town, so it wouldn't cause like that much damage.
Okay.
How do you know that?
Maya?
Well, I think, well, you know, Tyler said the person would be crawling underneath the bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was crawling under the bridge because he thought, or the thing thought that it was warm under there because maybe it was warmer under there more than all of that.
Like, so you think it's the ice storm maybe?
Yes, because I don't think that because I think that a tornado would knock down all the houses and all of the, because some of the animals, two of the animals are still up, and I think that the logs would be all over the place.
Do you think that there's different levels of tornadoes? Do you think that there can be different extremes?
Yes, but this could be a small tornado
Okay.
or a big, large tornado. We don't know, but I don't know.
You don't think it's that? Okay, wait. Comment?
How do you guys know the train was there all the time? Maybe it was like that, a tornado came, "Ooh," and someone was like, you guys have no evidence.
Okay. Think so? Oh, comment. Listen.
If it was an ice storm, how would you pull everything down? Maybe it's a tornado, everything was like pull stuff out.
Okay. Jenna?
Well, we have a saw what happened after the ice storm and how it looked almost exactly like this.
Okay, here's my question about this. This is the class, okay? If it was the ice storm, I'm gonna have to wait. Allie? If it was the ice storm, do you think that the animals would be all out in the yard?
That's what I was gonna say. That's in my head the whole time.
Okay, so explain to me your thoughts.
Well, because in the winter nobody puts their animals outside.
Okay, and so you think it's what?
Because I have never seen a tornado, ice storm with animals.
Ella? Okay, so what do you think happened there with the animals then? Because it looks like this sheep over here is not doing so well. Same with the horses and the cows. So they're. What's your theory of the ice storm?
I don't think it's during the ice storm. It could be afterwards. So the animals could be outside if it was after the ice storm.
Well, raise your hand. Basil.
Why don't they say?
Okay. Jenna.
Well, they probably froze.
Allie.
Why would they go outside if they're gonna freeze it up? There's a
Okay, so wait. Why, Allie? Why do you think that's a barn? So why do you think the farmer's nowhere to be seen? So what does that tell us? If the farmer's nowhere to be seen, but all his animal, that's probably how he makes money. He's not there, but all these animals now are dead. So what could that tell us?
Maybe the farmer, maybe it was the ice storm, and the farmer needed that farm and couldn't have his animals in there. So he just had, maybe he had like a family or he had really important animals that he needed in there to survive. Or maybe I'm not trying to be funny, but maybe the farmer was really stupid.
Okay, here's a question for this group over here too, Molly, because you were talking animals. Do you think that when there's an ice storm, that they have a lot of time to prep that and say, you know, on the news, there's an ice storm coming, and same with tornado, or do you think it's something that happens so fast? Because I'm not sure. Basil.
A lot of tornadoes, they're usually unexpected. They just say it's gonna be very windy. And ice storms, they say there's gonna be a storm.
So what's that tell us about the farmer? All his animals are left out.
So you say it's just gonna be pretty windy.
Do you think most farmers care about their animals?
Yes.
Why?
That's like their
Allie, put your hand up.
getting money off of like from the cows. They get a picture from the chickens and the eggs and from the hens.
Okay.
To fertilize the soil.
Okay, Ella?
I think that people are warned about tornadoes because there can be a hurricane or tornado watch on the news, so people can be prepared. And as for the animals coming out in the winter, animals don't really know any different.
Yeah, but the
Because they're animals.
Oh, we're gonna raise our hands if we wanna ask Ella a question. Lisa?
Well, I was gonna say that the farmers don't really care about their animals because all they want is like meat and
they want to sell the
they're
stuff.
gonna kill them anyway.
Okay. Alright, so bring it back. Salman? Molly? Ali? Wait, Salman? We're gonna wait and show Salman the respect that he deserves. Go ahead.
If there's like a hurricane or tornado, those guys or girls, they're like in this building. They have this like camera thing that tells them there's like a hurricane or bad weather and all that stuff. And I think it's the NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board. And like if there's like a bad weather thing,
Yeah.
they can just like put this like marker thing and they just put a square, and then the airplanes, any airplanes in that area, it's like not not authorized to go in that area. But
Okay.
it's bad weather.
Basil?
It's like the news knows that the tornado's gonna come, and how do like none of the people get prepared for this tornado?
Mariah?
You know how, well, what happens if the farmer didn't, you know how you said there's warnings about tornadoes?
I don't know.
Ice storms?
I'm waiting
But
for you.
there is, and what happened if the farmer didn't have TV or whatever, and just let his animals out, and then realized that there was a tornado, and didn't want to risk his life to get his animals, so just ran inside and lost the farm.
Okay. Jenna?
Well, if there was a tornado, then the barn would be gone. Also, that barn looks.
Okay.
How do you know
Let's
that?
see who's a big tornado. Mark, it's okay. Just put your hand up if you have a. Go ahead, Jenna.
Also, the barn looks small and wouldn't be able to fit all the animals.
Okay, so we have to use our imagination because it is, you know,
A bar.
classroom and full life size. Mark, do you have something to tell the class?
How do you know that it was a big giant tornado? How do you know it
We're
was
just
a
guessing,
small
we don't know.
tornado?
Just guessing.
Ella?
How do you know it was? So how do you know it wasn't a big one?
I'm not saying I know. I'm just saying how do you know that it was a big one?
Okay, yep.
First of all, the farmer could have heard about the ice storm and went on vacation, and his animals could have gotten out
Okay.
or
They
they
kinda
escaped.
locked up
And
doors.
also, how do you know they're farm animals? They could be from the houses, just because they're on the
cows and
farmland.
horses.
Or cows and
Okay,
horses.
raise our hand. Here's my question.
There's a cat.
Would an ice storm have enough pressure to blow out a house window?
No.
Raise your hand if you can explain to me why.
I still want to do
Layla. Whole window, just the window frame would pop out in an ice storm? Ready?
Wait, in barns, don't they have like little things like pens, and each one has like steel.
Yeah, I think Miss Dunsinger told me that that's what that mix of stuff might. The fence is somewhere. I think this might have been the fence actually right here. Yeah. So. Allie.
Farmland doesn't really have the internet or anything for that.
Okay.
So some have them, but usually like the majority of them don't. So I kind of feel like the farmer is the one on the river and had his animals out, but like he didn't have enough time to get all the way back to the farm, get all his animals back in there, and then he has to go back in there himself to walk everything. So he just had to go in there like there's and get safe.
Here's my last question, okay, and then we're gonna start something. Do you think that this man, he's not dead, he was sitting up, I think someone might have touched him, but do you think, yeah, there's a man under that bridge. Do you think if they knew that there was an ice storm, would they go near, let's say, the frozen water or underneath the bridge? Or would they pick a different area to go to? I'm not sure. Raise your hand. Mark.
They wouldn't go to like water because then like there's frozen water is ice. So maybe he could get maybe he could have then climbed there's a lot of different ice and he got his foot stuck. I don't think he would anyways, I don't think he would go where there's freezing cold water. I think
Okay.
he would go to a nice warm
So what would that
house
then
or something.
point to that it could be?
Tornado.
Okay.
Because no one would go under a bridge during an ice storm. Ice storm.
Okay, Ella?
No one would go under a bridge during a tornado, I guess.
Yes.
Claire?
Actually, if you have a tornado, what you're actually supposed to do is go to the basement of your house and stand under its wall. You wouldn't go under the basement.
Allie?
It is under something because bridges are built into the ground like you're really good. Like they're not really just above the surface. Like they're literally just built like that.
Jack?
And what? I can also build a concrete.
Wait. Go ahead, Jack.
But why would you even go to a house in the middle of the ice line? Wouldn't you go to the nearest shelter?
He's asking the next question. Ashkan.
Well, if he went under a bridge, the bridge would fall if there was a tornado down. And then they should go, what Claire just said, they should move the house under like a staircase or something.
Okay, Waleed?
Isn't there something called a snow tornado?
Okay. Hold that thought. Basil?
So, instead of like Ashwin said the bridge would fall, it didn't. So I think he did a smart decision for
Okay.
tornado.
Also, okay, so what we're gonna do is I want you to raise your hand if you think it was the ice storm.